three. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big three, come on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Three.
From the Dash Radio headquarters in Hollywood, California, I'm your friend Tattoo, and this is all about the Big Three. Of course, my co-host, director of Big Three Fireball Operations, Thomas Scott. What up, Thomas?
Man, you know this Fireball 3 Leagues just stays on fire. We got some fire things to talk about in terms of this championship coming in Atlanta, Georgia, this All-Star weekend game coming in Atlanta, Georgia. Man, we got a lot of award candidates this year, and I just can't wait to talk to you about it and let the fans know all about what's going on in the Big Three.
And it's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you get your tickets at BIG3.com. Before we get into the championship, the All-Star weekend, the Celebrity All-Star game, let's get into this 4-point battle. I don't even want to ruin it for you, but man, it has been incredible, yo. A big shout out to our game day team. They've been doing an incredible job with the production, the lighting, how this was filmed, how this was cut and edited. It's a beautiful masterpiece, the Big Three 4-point battle. You get to see who the winner is, and hey, man, you never know who it's going to be. If you've been keeping up with it, you know we're right there to the end. All right, man, on to Atlanta, on to the championship, Power, Trilogy, All-Star game going down this weekend, and T, nobody can break it down better than you, brother. Talk about it.
Well, I just think it's incredible. We got two teams that have won in the Big Three, right? If you look at the history of the Big Three, Power won in 2018, Trilogy, the first undefeated team, championship, year one. They win it last year, and here they are again to go back-to-back, defend their championship, and maybe be the first ever dynasty of the Big Three. And then when you talk about Trilogy, you have to talk about James White because he's the one that the only guy that has 2 championships here. And then he's trying to get his third and the first guy to go back to back. So I think when we talk about these two teams, we got to talk about what it really means for these two teams. I mean, you got Power, Nancy Lieberman, right? The first female coach in a men's dominated league to win a championship. How awesome would it be for her to win 2? With her son, TJ Klein, who's been playing incredible as well. So when you look at that and Katino Mobley and where he's at in the Big Three, being one of the first original members here, still playing while Steven Jackson is a coach now who's no longer playing, but, you know, won a championship last year. He's trying to go back to back, and something he couldn't really do as a player was win in the Big Three as a player, but also always respected. So I think when you look at these two teams going at it, when you got the Rookie of the Year candidate, Glenn Rice, and then you also have one of the best defensive players in the Big Three, Earl Clark, one of the best two-way players who can also score it, Earl Clark, going at it with Isaiah Briscoe. I almost said ISO Briscoe because when he gets that ball on the island, there's not much the defense can do. So man, you look at that, you look at the strategy, the coaching that Nancy Lieberman is going to have for Power to get a chance to win this championship. You got guys that have experience, that have done it, who's gotten over the hump to win this. And now those two teams are going at it. Man, I don't know which way this thing goes, Tat.
You know what, Thomas? I think something that's very important, what you mentioned, is what it means for these teams to win. Okay, these are not just two teams that have never been there and are going for the first time. You know, something that is very critical, and I think it's a beautiful thing with Big Three Fireball, is the years that the league has been around, there's already teams making history in the league. Okay, Trilogy can make history in the Big Three Fireball League, and we've only been up for 5 seasons. That's what's so incredible about this championship game. What's on the line for Trilogy? And then you got Power, man, who just, for me, Power winning this championship would be so exciting because of how they started the season. You know what I'm saying? And how they worked so hard to get to the playoffs and now to the championship and to win it all. Yo, bro, yes. I would not be mad. I would not be mad whatsoever, bro. Right now, it's history for Trilogy, and then it's passion for Power.
Power, yeah.
The grind, what they did to get there. That's why I'm talking about why this game, dude, do not take this. This game is going to, I promise you, bro, this game is going to go down all the way to the end, to the wire. It's going to be one of those, no one wants to go home and lose and not get those rings and that championship, bro.
And let me add this. I mean, think about this. In the history of sports, we have never, ever seen a mother-son duo win any title. I don't know where that's been done before, but as BIG3 is known for changing the game, I don't know if that's what's going to happen. They got to, determine their own outcome. But just think about what that really means to sports and the history that is being made here in Fireball 3. It's incredible. And James White, right? Like, you got him, right? He'd be the first guy to win back-to-back titles, first guy to win 3 titles. I think we might have to have a rolling statue of James White. Shout out to Deion Glover. He's the one that said we might need to get a rolling statue for James White just at every arena. I mean, he'd be an all-time winner in the BIG3 if you really think about it, and coming from Deion Glover, who's also a champion with Trilogy when they won their first championship. I think when you look at what's happening, if you've been a day one BIG3 fan and you've been watching like I've been watching since the beginning of this league, you start to see, okay, we got 2 winning teams here. You got a coach of the year, right? You got you got Cuttino Mobley, who's made big shots. Remember in New York City and Brooklyn, he knocked down that bucket to win it, seal it. It's going to come down to a game-winning shot. Earl Clark, Glenn Rice. Come on, man. These 2 guys are going to match up. Briscoe, I don't know what you do for Briscoe. What are they going to do? Are they going to allow him to shoot? Are they going to back off of him? Or are they going to jam him up? What are they going to do with Earl? Are they going to put Royce White on him? Who's guarding Royce? I mean, and another guy I think that's, we need to pay attention to is Nikola Skeetis-Vili. Now you got Amir Johnson finally having another big that's there that can bang with him, whether it's rebounds, right? Amir Johnson kind of feeds off of missed shots and going right back up, and then drop off passes going up, banging. Now he has another body that he's going to have to deal with. So, man, this thing could go any way. I mean, it's just amazing the personnel that is going to compete. I just love to see guys at the height of their competitive nature. It's all on the line. There's no excuse. Got to produce. You got to get it done. I mean, listen, I know these guys are getting prepared right now. I know it. They're talking about how they want to guard, how they want to, go at each other, how they want to execute their offense, but also, how they're going to prepare their bodies. And I think both teams have great chemistry. Nobody's out there, reinventing the wheel. I think Nancy as a coach has done a great job kind of pulling back, looking at her personnel and said, okay, Glenn Rice is special. Let me allow him to be special. Let me give him the spacing he needs to do what he's able to do to be successful. And I think Cuttino has made sacrifice. He doesn't play as much as he normally does, but he always finds a way to make an impact, whether it's between the lines or from the bench, keeping the team composed.
He's incredible, man. Cuttino Mobley is legendary, bro. He's a straight up 5-star player, bro. This guy is incredible, bro. Even though, like you said, he's not playing as much, but whenever he steps in there, he hits buckets, bro. He's hitting buckets. I think what the key is here, Thomas, it's gonna be the fans. It's gonna be the fans. The fans are gonna play a big role in confidence of these teams. So because we already are breaking down the tools that both of these teams have. But one thing that's missing here are the fans. Who are the fans going to be cheering for? Who are the fans going to be more hyped for? Who's going to get the support of their fans more, this weekend? That's important, bro. That's key. That fires these players up.
I agree. And I think what's special this year is as we've involved the NFT communities to be a part of certain teams, I think these guys need to come out, support both teams, and let it be known who you're with. And I think that is also going to be a factor, and it's been awesome to see that this year. I mean, Ball Hogs didn't win it, but man, I love the pig pen. You know what I mean? The pig pen was great, and so it gets the fans, gets the arena involved, and it gives the teams a little bit extra adrenaline to push through fatigue. So I agree with you, Tat, and I also feel like who's going to be able to make the adjustments needed sooner than later. So it's going to come down to coaching as well with Steven Jackson, right? Like, how is he going to go at this team? Are they going to run a bunch of plays, or are they going to play more spacing? He's normally used as spacing. Is Stack going to be a guy that's going to be more vocal towards the other team? Remember, he won best trash talker before. So is he going to be a guy to get guys out of their game? Is he going to poke at Royce White? Can Royce White contain himself? Is he going to poke at Glenn Rice? Is Rice going to lose sight of what's going on the floor with the referees, right? What Stack has to say. Is he going to buckle down and get this done? And that's why I'm saying where Coutinho comes in, that's so special. A lot of people don't notice, because Royce White has a history, and Glenn Rice has a history of being, kind of volatile guys and real passionate about what they want to do on the court. So if they can stay as a group and get it and lock in on the game plan, they have a strong chance. And I know I'm kind of going both ways here, Tat, but same with Trilogy. I mean, they've gotten it done with this group already, so they don't have to reinvent the wheel. Yes, Jared Jackie is gone, but Briscoe has stepped up better than anybody I've seen in the Big Three when a player has been, retired or didn't come back or picked up with another team. He's incredible. So I just can't wait to see how this unfolds, Tat. I don't know who's going to take it, but I'm going to put you on the spot, Tat. Who do you got?
All right, T-Man, thank you for that incredible breakdown. If you are not watching the 2022 Big 3 Championship, after that breakdown, I don't know what you're going to be watching this Sunday on CBS. But listen, to answer your question, Thomas, it's really hard for me to pick. I'm always down with picking there's nothing wrong with picking who's going to win a game. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like in a fight, you got to go with somebody, right? Either he's going to win or they're going to lose. Plain and simple. When it comes to this championship game, though, it's really hard for me to decide a winner. It's hard for me to pick a winner. There's many. The way you broke it down, Thomas, it sums it up right there. It's something you got to sleep on. It's something you got to really think about. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to dissect it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Both these teams have a proper dissection to try to build and say, okay, this is why I think Power's going to win. This is why I think Trilogy's going to win. But if I had to, if the game was in front of me right now on the line and someone said, Tat, you have to pick a winner right now. The game is going down. It's right here, right in front of you. Who's going to win? I would have to go with Trilogy. And shout out to Power. Shout out to Power. I would want nothing more than for Power to win that game because of the road it took for them to get to the playoffs, to the championship, and to win it all. What an amazing payoff that would be. I would love to see that celebration. But my heart, my skills, the history, what they've done, what they've shown, I got to go with Trilogy. And it's statistics, it's stats. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off of that right now. I'm going with the history of Trilogy. I'm going with their, Earl Clark and Isaiah Briscoe. How are they? They're hard to be stopped. They're hard to be stopped.
I agree, man. And I think really when it comes down for both teams, who can maintain their composure through adversity, not getting a call, right? Ball not going their way. Who can stick to the game plan, who can adjust on the fly, who's going to be special, but who's going to be the unsung hero on each team. That, to me, is going to be the difference of who's going to win. So I hear you, Tat. We're going to see.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We're going to see this Sunday on CBS. And if you're with us all the way live in Atlanta, Georgia, make sure you get your tickets right now, big3.com. It's going to be massive. We got an all-star game. We got celebrities. It's going to be an event. It's not just going to be a championship game. It's going to be a movie. It's going to be Fireball 3 all over. I don't know where you're going to be, but make sure you're watching us all the way live on CBS. And of course, Thomas, incredible breakdown. Thank you so much. We have more all about the Big 3 right after this, where we're going to be breaking down some of these awards, and we're going to be talking more Big 3 Fireball 2022 championship. Let's go.
Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com. You can get league and team apparel, including jerseys, jackets, hats, and more. Store.big3.com.
I'm just excited about the All-Star game, the first ever All-Star game. You got Dr. J coaching. You got the Iceman George Gervin coaching against them.
Wow.
I'm happy for all the guys that are going to get a chance to play in the first ever Big 3 All-Star game. As you know, stay tuned to all the Big 3 news out there. Social
No,
media
Thomas,
platforms.
we don't got to rush out of here, Thomas. Talk about it really quick. We don't
man.
gotta. This is all about the Big 3, brother. This is, we're live. This is for the fans. This is our first ever All-Star game. We can't just leave the show without talking about our first ever All-Star game. It's going down this weekend on CBS. We have a celebrity All-Star game as well. We got the championship going down, but we got this All-Star game. And, dumb of me to try to sign off before we talk about our first ever Big 3 All-Star game.
Well, let me just go down the list of guys that are playing. All right, we're going Team Doc. That's Dr. J, obviously the Doc. His team, listen to this, Tad. Michael Beasley, Gerald Green, Mario Chalmers, Dusan Ballou, Deshaun Stevens, Mike Taylor. What do you think about that squad?
Yo, that is an all-star cast right there, brother. That is all-star. Oh my, give me the other team, bro. Who are they going up against?
Now, Team Ice, they cold as ice. You got Kevin Murphy.
Ooh.
You got Jason Richardson.
Oh, bro, this is gonna be ridiculous.
You got Jody Meeks, Isaiah Austin from the Enemies. You got Jeremy Pargo and Dante Green from Killer Threes, man. So that's Team Ice going up against Team Doc. Now let's just go ahead and have some fun, Tat. Who you got?
Oh, I'm going with the first team. I'm going with Dr. J's team, man.
Yeah, that's
tough. I got to go with Dr. J's team, man. I mean, Iceman George Gervin, he has a squad. Yo, bro, at the end of the day, I'm just picking, man. I'm having fun with this. You know what I'm saying? Either team can win this game. They're gonna ball out. The fans are going to be going crazy. This is going to be so exciting. All-Star weekend, championship weekend in Atlanta, Georgia, man. Please make sure you're there with us, man, because it's going to be a packed house, big3.com. Thomas, what about you? Yes. Who you got?
Well, it's tough, Tat. I know one thing I need everybody to know is I know that these guys are really going to compete because there are some incentives involved, internal incentives for whoever wins this game. So nice. It's not just going to be these guys a fly-by-night game. These guys are really going to play. But when I look at this, I might have to agree with you on that, man. I love Jay Rich. I love Kevin Murphy, Isaiah. But, man, when you got Michael Beasley and you got Gerald Green on the same team and your guy Deshaun Stevens, that's tough, man. But I might have to go with Team Doc, man, on this one. So we'll see. I want to know what the fans think in the comments, though. Who do you guys have as far as your all-star picks on who's going to win? So I just seen that. This is hot off the press. It just was put out there on the Big 3 Instagram. And so that's what it is this week.
All right, man. This weekend, Sunday, CBS. Want to thank, of course, all our streaming platforms, our Big 3 YouTube, our social media. Make sure you're following us at Big 3. Make sure you're watching big3.com. Make sure you're logged on for all your Big 3 news. Big shout out to Vire and DAZN and every single sponsor that's been a part of the Big 3 this season. We love you guys. We thank you so much. But most important is our fans, our Big 3 fans. You guys are going to be overwhelmed with Big 3 Fireball this Sunday. Make sure you're watching us all the way live. On behalf of the entire Big 3 Fireball League, now I'm officially signing off. Your friend Tattoo, Director of Big 3 Fireball Operations, Thomas Scott. Of course, once again, thank you to Dash Radio right here in Hollywood. This is all about the Big 3. We'll see you this Sunday in Atlanta. I'm getting chills in my arms right now for the 2022 Big 3 Championship.
Download the Big 3 app in the App Store and Google Play Store. Exclusive content, stats, highlights, merch, everything you want to know about the Big 3, download the Big 3 app and get it.